All right, here we go. We will try it again. Of course, the poll question is who is out at Trackhouse if move up Connor Zilic? Will it be, of course, SVG or Daniel Suarez? I left the other two options off because they just weren't getting any traction. So it's going to be we're going to make it a two-man race here. Going to put everybody to the test on the poll question. Right now, 50-50, 3 votes in, which is amazing. I don't know if apparently YouTube is glitching on that too. So we will jump into that, and also just whatever you guys want to talk about, because obviously I didn't get through all the comments before I had to restart this thing, because once again, YouTube is being YouTube. So it is what it is. Looking at Suarez's, I think the last one I read was that after getting off Dave Moody's show on Sirius XM, Justin Marks was headed toward somewhere overseas with Connor Zilic to do a Red Bull promo. So Connor Zilic certainly locked in with Red Bull. You would imagine Shane Van Gisbergen is definitely locked in with Red Bull. If you watch his vlog or whatever, he certainly is heavily funded by Red Bull. So you would imagine Red Bull would want 2 drivers up there in the Cup Series, 100%. Absolutely no doubt about that. So to me, from a business side of things, I think Red Bull would be the deciding factor. So I'm thinking it's going to be SVG and Zilic, but votes how you want either way. Looking at Suarez's sponsorship for 2025, he looks like he has a lot of 1 or 2 race sponsors, where SVG has 2 big sponsors, Red Bull and WeatherTech. That makes me think Suarez draws the short straw, says Bruce Carvey. I would agree with that 100%. SVG's sponsors seem to be more long-term than Suarez's would be, although Suarez is able to get the money together to keep racing. So I think he would be a good fit for somewhere like a colleague or somewhere like that needs a paid driver to basically keep the bills going, keep the door open, things like that. Would he be the guy that Legacy goes after if they don't go with Corey Heim? I think Corey Heim is going to be the pick over there at Legacy. But if you cut Suarez, that is an interesting pick over there. Maybe slide him in for John Hunter Nemechek. If John Hunter Nemechek can't bring in as much money as Suarez can, you could see all kinds of, or maybe Eric Jones. You could see all kinds of situations over there at Legacy if Suarez becomes available. So that would be another interesting choice as well. BB with the allegedly nice says in between the lanes allegedly is in the poll question. Kind of funny. Carl's back and Suarez is on his way out, says one wise guy. It is weird how stuff works out sometimes. Of course, Daniel Suarez came in when Carl Edwards suddenly retired, decided he didn't want to do it anymore. Justin Marks on Dave Moody show today, at the end of his segment, he told Dave he was about to board a plane to Austria with Connor for a meeting at Red Bull headquarters. So there you go. More fuel to the fire that Connor could be headed to the Cup Series for Trackhouse, or maybe it's just another thing they're doing with Red Bull, just a normal situation out there. Shout out to Rich Eisen, Pat McAfee, and Dan Patrick. Indeed. PC Gone Rogue saying YouTube is anti-BB. That's a fact. YouTube hasn't been friendly, that's for sure, says one wise guy. Yep. I don't know what's going on. Still, my TV in my other room was still streaming when I walked back there. So I don't know. It's not the internet. That's how I always judge it. If that TV's still streaming, it's definitely not an internet issue. Let's see what happened first. NASCAR adds more horsepower or a Chase Elliott win. So that's another interesting statistic. Let's take a look at Chase Elliott this year. Everybody's saying Chase Elliott's struggling. And we're going to get into why Chase Elliott is struggling here in just a minute. And struggling. Let me put that in air quotes for sure. Because if you look at Chase Elliott here, Chase Elliott is fifth place in points. That's where Chase Elliott stands right now. He is 5th place in the points. And people are like, Chase Elliott is struggling. He has 3 top 5s, 7 top 10s, 0 DNFs, and he has led 76 laps. He doesn't have a win yet, but it's Chase Elliott. I don't think he's going to go winless this season. It would be highly unlikely. Even if he does, it would be like a Martin Truex Jr. winless season where he's still going to have a ton of top 10s and top 5s. So to say Chase is struggling is kind of a reach. I think what people mean is Chase Elliott's not winning enough races for their taste, but he's not having a bad season. So we were looking at a graph on Discord earlier today, and the two things that are hurting Chase Elliott, and the two things that are also because I pointed it out, it's something I'd looked at myself, but I never had a graph to actually look at. The two things that are hurting Chase Elliott and also Austin Cindric, restarts. They're not having very good restarts. They're losing a bunch of positions on restarts, and the other thing that is hurting both of them is something going on pit road. I don't know if it is pit road work or if it is them not getting onto pit road and being super aggressive getting in there and being super aggressive exiting. Maybe they're being lackadaisical with their exits and entries. But either way, they are losing a lot of time on pit road, or maybe it's penalties on pit road. But either way, both of those guys are losing a lot of time on pit road, and they're having bad restarts. So when you factor both of those in, let's say you come to the stage breaks, right? If you have a bad pit stop on a stage break, you've lost positions. And then if you have a bad restart to start that stage break, you've lost even more positions. So you have to go back and race your way back up through that. So you're constantly giving away positions. You're constantly having to fight back to where you were, to use all the good in the tires to sort of get back to where you were. And that is what is, in my opinion, hurting both of those drivers. So if they can figure out something on these restarts, that would be a massive, massive help, because you know you're going to have at least two restarts in the middle of the race. You're going to have a restart to begin the race. So that's three guaranteed restarts in every single race. Four at Charlotte with the extra, stage worked into there. So I think they definitely need to work on that. And that would be the big improvement from the driver's seat you could make if you're Chase Elliott. But, and I want to say this, Austin Cindric is having a good season. Chase Elliott is also having a good season. To consider them being in slumps, I think speaks to how good that they are, that people expect them to be doing better. But Chase Elliott sitting fifth place in points, and people constantly saying that Chase Elliott is struggling. I don't think Chase Elliott is struggling, other than maybe some restart stuff or something like that. So that's sort of my take as far as the Chase Elliott deal goes. Probably more in depth than people wanted, but that's one that I've been thinking about, and I probably should have said something about it earlier. Let's see. Howdy, I would drop Suarez, says Shah. So Shah is on keeping SVG and moving up Zillish as well. 88 to the 88. Cletus to the 88, says Aaron Flynn. So Cletus going to the 88. Sorry, but Suarez is just not impressive. They got him from Mexico. Use him and lose him, says Shah. So there you go. Shah thinks that they're using him, I guess, just for the Mexico race, which would be a super long. That would be a super long game play. They've signed him for multiple years because they knew this Mexico race was coming at some point. I don't know. Tip for the BB chat: I paste all me comments into my file, so when the podcast crashes, I can paste them into the new stream. Appreciate you there, Bruce Garvey. Yeah, let them know. Yeah, keep all of your chats on a separate sheet of paper so you can cut and paste them. When the stream inevitably crashes for whatever reason, it's been crashing. I don't know. Like I said, TV's still streaming back there, so it's not my internet. So I don't know what's happening here recently. Stanley Cup Finals Eve tonight, says In Between the Lanes. There you go. NHL fans, rejoice. You're one day away. I agree. Heim would be the choice for 2311. Has him under contract through 2026, but surely Legacy could buy that out for sure. Like they've got some pretty impressive money behind them if they're going out and buying a charter anyway. So I don't think money for Legacy right now is the issue. BB for sure. Nice, says In Between Lanes. Elliott is doing fine, but he just needs a win, says Shah. That's where I'm at with it too. That boy ain't struggling, says one wise guy. If it was not for championship, would be a non-issue. Yeah, for the championship format. Yeah, I agree with you for sure. Chase is not struggling. Everyone is just brain dead, says John Ray. I wish I was struggling that bad, says Beast 1624. Yeah, it's an interesting perspective. For some people, they think he's struggling because they want him to win more races. There's no doubt about that. So I understand that aspect of it. But to say he's struggling and he's fifth place in points, that's a tough sell because he's having a really good season. And I think he's even higher in points under the old Winston Cup, the Latford system, if I'm not mistaken. There is the Discord link right there, dropped by one, a wise guy. If you want to join us, we chat during the races. And usually throughout the week, I try to jump in there and talk some junk too. Chase is really good, but he needs to be more aggressive at times, says Dirty Def. and on those restarts, I think is where you need to be aggressive for sure. No doubt about that. Bruce Reed with the membership, 22 months for young Bruce here. SVG to the 48. So there you go. SVG to the 48. Alex Bowman is out. So there you go. That would be interesting. That would be interesting for sure. Alex Bowman always on the hot seat, even though I think he signed for next season. So I don't know. Grade Carson's season so far. Carson's season is Carson Hocevar is probably 1 year away from absolutely breaking out and being a total stud. But you're going to see him struggle a little bit this year. You're going to see him run really well. You're going to see him run really bad. You're going to see him do some really dumb things. You're going to see him do some really incredible things. But I think next year or the year after that, you're going to see Carson Hocevar become an absolute superstar. He's just right there on the cusp of it right now. He's struggling if you compare his performance to the 5 and the 24, but that is rare air, says Dirty Def. Yeah, I mean, everybody at Hendrick is really good. IA Bowman is amazing, says John Ray. Yeah, Alex Bowman's a good race car driver too. It's just one of those deals when you're over there at a powerhouse team like that, you can be a really good driver, but you can't be off one day, because if you're off one day, those guys in the same equipment are going to be on because everybody over there is good. So it's just a tough. It's a what is it? Steel sharpens steel situation over there. Absolute pressure cooker. The only thing I can really compare it to in baseball, when the Yankees and Red Sox were throwing money at people and being crazy good, it was always a pressure cooker to play in New York or Boston. So people would either go over there and succeed, or people would go over there and they wouldn't do well. I think Alex Bowman has gone over there and succeeded. I just don't know the people that want Alex Bowman replaced. I don't know who you would replace him with, and whoever you replace him with, he's going to have to run better than Alex Bowman has run. So that's going to be a tall order as well, because Alex Bowman is no slouch. Elliott reminds me of Ricky Rudd and Rusty Wallace. You could always count on 1 or 2 road wins a year, but a lot of other drivers caught up with road racing, says Bruce Garvey. For sure. And Chase Elliott's not a one-trick pony, but for a long time, he was really, really good at road courses, and he sort of dominated them. So you knew he was always going to be a threat there. So it is interesting with the new car. He has not been as dominant. He's still very solid at road courses. Just wasn't. He was just better with a lot better with the other older package. I have no idea about Suarez contract length. He's on a 1-year contract. Him and SVG both have 1-year contracts. But I think he is mediocre, says Shaw. So there you go. Shaw is not a fan of Amigo 99. Jesse Daly, could the pending decision have to do with the upcoming new playoff format? Like if they do away with win and get in, SVG might win a race, but top 25 in points might be tough if NASCAR goes that route. Oh, that's a good point. I hadn't even thought about that, Jesse Daly. So maybe maybe they've gotten wind of what the new format will be, and maybe it's not winning you get in or something like that. We would have to see the new format to know, but maybe that factors into the decision at some point. So that would be interesting. BB, your thoughts on Hocevar versus Ricky Stenhouse Jr., the third incident? 2 drivers going for the same spots. Stenhouse threw an aggressive block, and Carson Hocevar decided he wasn't going to check up in that situation. So you can put the blame on whoever you want to, but it was really, at the end of the day, 2 guys going for the same piece of real estate. The reaction to it, I do have to agree with Jeff Gluck, where it's like anytime Carson Hocevar is involved in something, he's going to get blamed for it. But to me, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. was late. And Carson Hocevar could have lifted, probably should have lifted at that stage in the race, but I can't put 100% blame on Carson Hocevar. And for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. to pop off about it is kind of funny, because Ricky Stenhouse Jr. drives just as aggressively as Carson Hocevar, so it's not like he's never wrecked anybody either. So I thought that was an interesting dynamic. And all the people that are like, oh, you got to watch out for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Have you guys seen Carson Hocevar drive? Ricky Stenhouse Jr. needs to watch out for Carson Hocevar. So, I mean, I think both of them are equally as hard-headed as the other one. So, I don't know. Bad Leroy Brown. Look up the lyrics to that. Leroy Brown, which would be Ricky Stenhouse in this situation, ran up on the wrong one time. So, eventually Stenhouse is going to run up on the wrong one. So we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. There is the merch link there from One Wise Guy. Actually, speaking of the merch link, all the t-shirts are like $10 right now. I forgot to mention that earlier. So if you want a t-shirt, now is the time to buy it. So check out the t-shirts. I think they're all like $10 right now. So got to get them. We're trying to make space for some new stuff. They've been sitting on the shelf for a hot minute. The quantities are on there as well. So check out the quantities if you're interested in one. But yeah, the t-shirts are $10, and I meant to. I was supposed to. God dang, I'm so good at this. I was supposed to mention that probably 5 days ago. So yay me! Super good at pushing merch. Thanks, wise guy. God, I suck at this. The 32 teams have been set for the $1 million challenge. Any interest? Says Jake McVeigh. I'm not interested in it at all. So let me feign interest here fairly quickly. 32 team NASCAR bracket. Let's see. Here we go. The 32 drivers locked in. Do they not have the bracket? SVG missed the cut. Cole Custer missed the cut. Riley Herbst missed the cut, and Cody Ware missed the cut. Everybody else is in, so it's easier to do it that way, right? If you're a SVG fan, a Cole Custer fan, a Riley Herbst fan, a Cody Ware fan, you did not make the bracket challenge thing, whatever this is, for money that drivers will be racing for. How this benefits the fans, I still don't understand. It will be a few more weeks before the tournament begins. The next 3 races, Michigan, Mexico City, and Pocono Raceway, will determine bracket seeding. So right now they're seeding the brackets, so that's why we don't have a bracket, but those are the drivers that are in. So last week was the last week to get into the tournament. Now we're seeding the brackets. The driver will be seeded by their best finish from those 3 races. Atlanta Motor Speedway, June 20. I'm just glad it's not complicated. Jokes. Begins the 5-race tournament. It's a head-to-head single elimination format that goes through Indianapolis Motor Speedway July 27th. And drivers will win money from this. And I don't know. I guess it gives the fans something extra to bet on. Other than that, I don't really see. I don't know. Is it? I'm just having a hard time thinking this is going to work, but it is. I don't know. I just I don't know. I'm so old I don't understand it. I guess is my that's my out there. SVG didn't qualify for the in-season bracket challenge. Yikes, says Jesse Daly. Yeah, it's a humbling moment. It's a humbling moment for him. Let's see. Will Ricky pay back Josephus? I know how you feel about manufacturing drama, but I can see Ricky getting him back. I mean, we'll see. Like some people. Denny Hamlin came out and said Ricky Stenhouse will wreck him, and then you saw on Door Bumper Clear they're like, Ricky Stenhouse isn't the kind of guy that's going to wreck you. He's going to go handle it, face to face, man to man. He's going to punch you or whatever. Which we've seen that particular ability. I don't know that anybody is terrified of that, but I don't know. We'll see. Ricky needs the drama. It's what keeps him relevant, says Shaw. So Shaw saying Ricky Stenhouse is the one that drums up the drama. I think it's just a NASCAR media. Me personally, I think it's just a NASCAR media thing. They needed something extra to talk about other than Blaney winning a race, so that they went with that. It's sort of the radioactive level of it, but to their credit, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. did say it in an actual post race interview. So it is what it is. I don't know that anything will come from it this year. Maybe next year. We'll see though. We'll see. How about Jeff Dickerson said he felt bad for Stenhouse. He said instead of wrecking him on track, he would wish for him to settle Carson the old-fashioned way outside the track, says they're deaf. So there you go. Maybe that's the clip I saw. So we'll have to see here. I also saw him talk about the 35-year-old Carson Hocevar is not going to be happy with today's Carson Hocevar. So I thought that was an interesting comment as well. If Legacy does not get the Rick Ware Racing charter next year, but does get it for 2027, do they take the paid driver Riley Herbst? Or do they get Heim full time? Says Sir Wood Rooster. That's an interesting aspect. Are they taking Riley Herbst as a paid driver, and 2311 slides Corey Heim in the 67? All kinds of different situations could emerge from that. If it's for 2027, can you get is Kyle Busch's contract up? Would Legacy or 2311 make a move for Kyle Busch in that situation? All kinds of things could be at play because that's so far. You would have to have a whole 2026 season in between there. Ricky needs all the drama you can get after breaking up with Danica. That was a drama-filled relationship. He loves the drama. TNT, they know drama, and we're fixing to be on TNT in 4 more races. Denny Hamlin, better progressive result yesterday, says In Between the Lanes. Indeed, he is a drama addict, says Shaw, talking about Denny Hamlin. James Dennis Allen Hamlin Jr. the third was hot in the car with the helmet tube coming loose. Yep, that's a bad situation. No doubt about it, for sure. Meaner than a junkyard dog, says one wise guy, referring to bad Leroy Brown. Let's see. Cup race at Nashville was boring, says Massey Ferguson. I agree with you. I think Justin Allgaier wore him out in the Xfinity series too. From what I saw, all the commentators harping on baby bum from young drivers. They have been told what to say. I'm getting some 77 garb, says Massey Ferguson. Yeah, 77 car, like Carson Hocevar is legit. He's the real deal. Is it a thick cotton tee? No problem, brother, says one wise guy. It is a thicker cotton tee. Yeah, they're more like your work. They're not like the Hanes beefy tee, but they're the next up. They're Gildan, so like the next step down from a thick heavy duty work shirt. But it's not the thin Under Armour. It's the Gildan, like sort of the old school Gildan version. Hey BB just flew back from Nashville this afternoon, and Blaney's win kept me out of Tootsie's in the airport. Glad the 12 team put a whole race together, says Tim Race. Indeed, 12 team finally got it done. They've had speed all season. You knew it was just a matter of time, and that time was this weekend. Good to see them finally punch through with all the engine troubles and just bad luck that they've had. The bracket isn't set yet, but they've knocked out a few charters already, says MPF. So yeah, the qualifying, I didn't know exactly how it worked because it is kind of convoluted, to be totally honest with you. So you have to qualify it. Then you have 3 races to seed the brackets, and your average finish from those 3 races seed the brackets, which seems, I don't know, kind of weird, but whatever. We'll just see how it plays out. I'm going to give it a chance. I just don't understand how this benefits the fans by having a money thing for the drivers to win. But maybe it's just something extra for the fans to bet on, and maybe a lot of fans will get something out of that. I don't know. I don't understand the draw. If you're a fan, how it adds any value to the fans. Obviously, it adds value to the drivers because you're racing for money. Shout out to Ladybird, the pure Georgia bloodhound owned by one Hank Hill. Yep. It says In Between the Lanes. Indeed. King of the Hill, great show. I'm totally confused. I'm fixing to come back out with a newer season, if I'm not mistaken. I'm totally confused by the bracket challenge. I thought it would be just 1 versus 32 starting this week. Way to screw up something easy, NASCAR, says Bruce Carvey. Door bumper clear. I am not a fan, says Shy. I catch the clips. So, yeah. For the record, I got a hoodie from the merch link over the winter. It's good quality. The size and fit was perfect. $10 t-shirt. Sounds like a good value to me, says Jesse Daly. Appreciate you, my friend. So, yeah, I think I was supposed to mention that like 5 days ago, so I apologize. But one wise guy dropped the link up there, so the link is up there. Check it out if you want to get in on that. Brought to you by DraftKings, FanDuel, BetMGM, and Penn Entertainment. Yes, these are all official partners of NASCAR, says MPF. So there you go. That is the angle. That is why we have the bracket challenge for sure. They just aggravated me with the silly comments, says Shop. I completely agree, BB. I don't understand the hype of the tournament. I just don't know what I'm going to get tired of hearing it talked about, says Dirty Def. Yeah. I'm going to give it a chance. I'm going to give it a fair chance. I just want to I'm trying to wrap my head around what value it adds to the fans. Obviously, to the betting websites, it adds value to them because it gives them something for you to bet on. I have tried multiple times to watch Door Bumper Clear and have had to stop most times because I get mad. A lot of people have that particular experience. I don't know. Like I said, I just catch the clips. I catch the clips on most of them, though. That's not an indictment on Door Bumper Clear or the Dale Jr. Download, Denny Hamlin's podcast, or whatever else you got going on. TNT, we know drama, says In Between Lanes. Justice for our truth, says like dislike. The brackets make no sense, and I do not care, says Shah. I think there's going to be a lot of people in that boat, but I'm going to give it a fair chance, and hopefully it works out. I'm never trying to I'm never trying to not help something. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. So we'll see how it all plays out. Three races to seed the brackets, so we'll see how that goes. I guess I'll have to cover it on the Monday breakdown too. The bracket would be cool if they just simplified it. I just set it by points. Thank you. Agreed 100%. Denny had it teed up for NASCAR last year, but NASCAR hates Denny. So says Jesse Daly. That's a fair point. They probably are doing it NASCAR's way just because they don't want to do it Denny's way. I wonder how they're going to work this bracket into the point system next year. Says like this, like I don't think they're going to work it into the point system. That would be they're already doing too much. That would be way too much. To be clear, Ricky is the drama king. Hamlin is cool, sort of, says Shah. So there you go. Shah laying it down. His opinion there. James Dennis Allen Hamlin on Actions Detrimental talked about Stenhouse Jr. versus Hocevar and Warren Hart Hocevar if he runs into Hamlin, allegedly. Yeah, so Denny working his angle there as well. He just wanted to talk about it, but I guess also just let Hocevar know that he'll get him like he got Ross Chastain. So I don't know. Denny knows how to stay in the news cycle, so he's very savvy as far as that goes. But I wouldn't take I wouldn't worry too much about that. Denny's more concerned about a championship, so I don't think he has to worry about Hocevar wouldn't have to worry about him until Denny got eliminated. There's the $10 T link once again dropped by one wise guy. Much appreciated there. Reaction theater is funny. Gonna miss seeing the NBA on TNT. Yeah, it was a great run they had, and I can't believe it is it's gone. But it maybe somebody will be smart enough to pick it up and keep it going. What became of the Toyota brake issues? Did Legacy miss out on the cool mods shared among other Toyota teams? I think they did. Tim Race for sure. To be honest, brackets, good or bad, don't care. Says Shah, good. Says Shah, Avalon Band, what's up, my friend? Good to see you on here. Did Trackhouse ever find another partner? Yes, I think they have signed on with somebody, and that is part of the reason I'm thinking Pitbull probably left. But I couldn't speak for sure. But they do have another partner. I just can't call who it is off the top of my head, but it was announced in the offseason, if I'm not mistaken. If they start the tournament in 4 races, then the field to qualify should end right before that, and seating should be based off of that. That's what I'm saying. Why do they have to have this little 3-race deal and make it all convoluted? It's the most NASCAR stuff ever. Who has the best accent in all of NASCAR? Ward Burton. Ward Burton, without question. Elliott Sadler would be the second, but that is an all-time list. Um, of current drivers, I don't know. I don't know who. I'd have to think on it. Best personality would have to probably go to Noah Gregson or Carson Hocevar. But as far as just a genuine accent, I don't know. Maybe Dale Jr., but he's not technically a driver except in Xfinity on occasion and the Cars Tour. I'd have to think about it there. For Lane Riggs. Lane Riggs has the best accent in NASCAR. Bahama, North Carolina's Lane Riggs. Best accent in NASCAR for sure. Hocevar does need to be a bit more respective. Maybe not much more for himself. He is fine, but got to not make enemies. Yeah, and here's the deal: he's young; he'll figure it out eventually. Inside the NBA will air on ESPN now. Says in between the lanes as Hocevar grows in maturity, he will be some fine wine. Says Shah for sure. I think him and Ross are 2 guys that'll they'll sort of be like Joey Logano. Eventually, you see Joey Logano picking his spots more now than he used to. So I think they're going to eventually be that type of driver. Shout out to Lane Riggs, says in between the lanes. Indeed. Shout out to the Lane Riggs. He just got a nicotine pack sponsor as well. I forgot what it was though. Throwback drivers, says one wise guy. Speaking of which, let's see. Let's see if we can find that Trackhouse business sponsor. Da, 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 da. We're just doing a all I'm seeing here are sponsors. They have a new business partner though. Do, 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 do. Let's try Trackhouse ownership and see if we can find something. Here we go. The Avenue Sports Fund. That's the new one. They bought into Trackhouse Entertainment. Avenue Sports Fund is who bought in. So that's the new business partner that has teamed up with Trackhouse. I swear my accent would make me the best or worse in NASCAR. Very few folks speak as country as me. Says Dirty Def. If they're not starting the bracket challenge till after Amazon's coverage ends, why would Amazon even mention it? Says Bruce Carver. Yeah, that's a great point. I guess because they'll be seeding it. So I guess Amazon with their they have a pretty lengthy post race. So Amazon uh, will definitely sort of get it under control, and they'll have the seating. They'll probably talk about the seating aspect of it, but TNT will talk about the actual tournament. So I guess they'll Amazon will probably touch on the seating, but they probably won't talk about the tournament much at all. Let's see. If you're not, let's see, BB, you gotta let Jamie Little know how to pronounce his Riggs' hometown. Yeah, a lot of people call it Bahama. That's fairly common. Everybody from Bahama gets used to it. Bahama is literally like I could hit a golf ball and hit Bahama from where I'm at. But yeah, everybody from Bahama is used to people calling it Bahama, North Carolina, and everybody thinks like Bahama, North Carolina is near the beach, and it's at least 2.5 hours away from the Outer Banks. So yeah, they're all used to it. Well, internet crappy from a fire, says Gator Red. Avenue sounds like a New York City production, says one wise guy. Yeah, I'm not super sure where they're from. I can look into that in just a second here. Clue Nicotine Pouches is Lane's new sponsor, says Jesse Daly. Appreciate you there, Jesse. CLEW Nicotine Pouches, the new sponsor for Mr. Lane Riggs in the Truck Series. Thoughts on the Prime booth, BB? The Prime booth has been good. Everything Amazon has done so far has been pretty well done. I maybe nitpick on some of the audio issues, but other than that, I think it's been pretty spot on for sure. Thoughts on NASCAR 2025? Did you catch the new trailer? I'm so far out of the video game deal, but I'll have to check it out. I'm sure it's a well done deal though for sure because I think the didn't the guys from iRacing do it, so I'm sure it'll be good. Has talk died down about Andretti coming to NASCAR? Says like this, like talk might have died down, but they're definitely coming. Shout out to Adam Alexander, says in between the lanes, for sure, for sure. So let's take a look at where Avenue Group is from. Avenue Sports Fund. Let's see where they're out of. Do, 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 do. Wikipedia to the rescue. Avenue Capital Group, this is from Wikipedia. Avenue Capital Group is an American multinational investment firm focused on distressed securities and private equity, with regional teams focusing on opportunities in the United States, Europe, and Asia. The firm operates as both a private equity firm and as a hedge fund. Avenue's core strategies focus on distressed debt and equity securities, although the firm also manages investment funds that focus on long-term opportunities, real estate, and collateralized debt obligations. The firm manages assets valued at approximately $9.5 billion. That's with a B. The firm was founded by former professionals of Amrock Investments, an affiliate of the Robert M. Bass Group. The firm is headquartered in New York City with offices in London, Luxembourg, Munich, Beijing, Hong Kong, New Delhi, and Singapore. The firm was established as an institutional quality infrastructure in terms of accounting, compliance, legal, investor relations, and information technology capabilities. Avenue has approximately 220 employees across its 8 offices worldwide. So there you go. Either Trackhouse is a distressed security or it is a long-term investment opportunity because it is not real estate or collateralized debt. So there you go. It's either distressed or it is a long-term opportunity, according to the Wikipedia definition of it for sure. Peace out, BB. About to catch the last episode of Earnhardt, says Dirty Def. All right, I appreciate it. Shaw says, dude goes hard. Hedge fund, huh? Yep, for sure. My Walmart has not had any of the new season of NASCARs in yet. Talking about the diecast, we still have a pretty wave on the shelf. the petty wave on the shelves. It sucks that everybody or just my Walmart sucks. I don't even see any of them at the Walmart I go to. BB, I think you and I are in the NASCAR 2025 video game, allegedly. Says in between the lane. Prime has been great, but they could do a few more close ups of Danielle Trotta. Just saying, says Jesse Daly. So there you go. Jesse Daly shooting his shot with Danielle. Long term distressed. Says Aisha. Yeah, it's either a long term investment or a distressed capital investment. That seems to be what they specialize in. So we'll see which one it is. But they are a minority investor. That should be recognized. All right. Looks like we reached the end of this one. Final results of the poll question. Daniel Suarez, 74%, is going to be the one who you guys think is going to be out at Trackhouse if Connor Zilic moves up. 29% think it will be SVG. All right. That's going to do it for this one. Until the next one. Peace.